Hey, fellow Schneider drivers. Friendly Bill coming at you. Hey, yeah, I'm parked for the night. So my last video talked about impossible dispatches, and I feel like I need to clarify. Schneider very, very rarely dispatches impossible dispatches. Now, mathematically it can be done. It can be done. But that doesn't take into account issues you may have, issues with empties, equipment, fueling, customers. It doesn't take into account those things. So they're not, the majority are not impossible dispatches. It just, there's just unforeseen issues that you have. So I think in my 4 years, I mean, I've maybe given a few dispatches that were technically impossible, but it's rare. All the other times it's been some unforeseen issue: traffic, weather, terrain, customers, But what I wanted to get to that I didn't say in the last one is that, especially for new drivers, there is a learning curve, and I can't say enough how hard the first year is. It is very, very hard. And I was brand new to trucking 4 years ago, and I'm still learning every day. I did start out in the Northeast, and I did that for about 2 years, so I was just about getting really comfortable with the Northeast, and then I moved out here to the Northwest. That was part of my grand plan. My kids live out here, so that's a whole story, but I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, and then I moved out west, and that was another 2 years of relearning the terrain and where the truck stops were and what hours I could get in. And I mean, there's a big learning curve. It's not just the technical aspects of driving the truck, making your turns, learning the tablet, learning how to trip plan and use your hours. It's not just that. It's learning what truck stops you can park at past 8 p.m. What truck stops, have this or that, and so there is a big learning curve. And all I can say is you're not the first one to go through it, and I know it can be disparaging, frustrating, overwhelming. But like I said, nobody's the first one to go through it. Everybody is new at some point. Even these guys who've been driving for 15 years who they know everything about trucking. They are everything that trucking could ever be. That's them. They were new and they stank at it early on too. I'm not saying that's what anybody stinks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's a learning curve. And but impossible, I shouldn't use the word impossible dispatch. Dispatches that you run into things. Like I said, call in and let them know. That's really all I can do. I mean, if there was a program that could estimate the traffic in Los Angeles, the weather, the customers, I think that would be like artificial intelligence, and but we're not there yet. So we're all doing the best we can, every Schneider driver I've met has been cool. Everybody I've met face to face has been cool. I think sometimes they expect me to be different in person than I am, because when I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking directly. But when I'm face to face, I'm just kind of, I don't know what the word is, but, yeah. So, yeah. Nicotine. So I'm addicted. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to nicotine, and I'm addicted to trucking. And there's worse things to be addicted to. And so I am addicted to trucking. It is a means to take care of my kids, which to me everything is worth it. But I'm addicted to trucking and nicotine and coffee. Is anybody else addicted to trucking? I know that may sound weird, but when you get to a point, so when you first start, it feels overwhelming, and you start having those thoughts like, man, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to do this. This is hard. And, we all hit that point. I never really had those thoughts because I went into it saying I was going to make this work, period. I was going to do it, period. So I never really had those thoughts, but there have been times where I really got frustrated. But after you hit a certain point where you become pretty comfortable, it's kind of an addiction. And the road is an addiction. I'm divorced. I'm divorced, and I have joint custody. My thing is, I don't want to live in a house or an apartment, because when I live in a house or an apartment, and now that I'm divorced, that time on my hands, if I had a regular 9 to 5, I'd come home and, my house would be empty, and I'd start thinking about stuff. And when I really have time to sit by myself and think, I can get kind of blue. So trucking, it being a lifestyle, and there's as much work as you can possibly want to stay busy, it works out for me. So anyway, kind of a ramble. Leave some comments. I'm lonely. Bye.